Hel- Hello, everyone. Welcome back. As you can see, there is yet another disembodied voice from beyond the veil. I am your friendly neighborhood Prax, and welcome to the channel. Today, we are raising money for Fisher House Foundations, a charity that provides care, housing, and support for veterans and members of their family while those veterans or members of their family undergo treatment at VA hospitals around the country and around the world. There is, uh, unfortunately, there's no command this year because it was being a butt. So just doing the things that are manual. I'll put that in chat in a second. But we are currently sitting at $950 of our $1,000 goal. And you can donate to affect the game and give benefit to the players or the GM. I'm just going to say that going into this game, Jim has 2 crits. The players have none. But I'm going to put everything in the wonderful hands of the fabulous Other Doc and fade into the darkness again.
Thank you so much. Thank you all so much. I'm excited to be here. I'm Jim. I am a writer, streamer, game designer type person, and I am going to be running Inspectors today for you folks. Inspectors is a supernatural comedy game, and we're going to and also strangely a parody of reality TV, but we'll get into that in a little bit. First off, we're going to let me start some things here. There we go. We're going to go around and say hi to everybody. We're going to find out who they are and who they're playing, and then we'll launch into some front business. Let's see. Going around, I'm going to go. Let's go clockwise, and we will start with KG. Hello.
Hey everybody, it's Chris Geary, aka KG. You'll find me here on Twitch as Chris Geary, on Blue Sky also as Chris Geary. Tonight I'm going to be playing a recovering academic by the name of Dr. Brigham Grimes, who's specialized in sociolinguistic anthropology and has decided he is tired of all of the supernatural things that are annoying him.
Awesome, awesome. And now we're going to go over to Hawkeye. Hello.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Hawkeye, Kentucky Hawkeye, and I will be playing a gentleman by the name of Fred Erlanger. He is a local boy, grew up in the northern Kentucky area, and is basically anything electrical that he's gotten his hands on, he's kind of been kind of a semi-prodigy with and all that, and not able to hold a job because he's not been able to focus on anything long everywhere else. He's settled in on here because they allow him to just let him be creative.
Nice, nice. And going around the circle here, let me. Oh, I see we got a donation from Bill just now. Yay! Thanks so much. We're going around the circle. We're going to say hi to Pirate. Hello.
Hi, Chris Kinneas, aka Painting Pirate, he, him pronouns. I'm a variety streamer, miniature painter, TTRPG performer. I wear a lot of hats, they're all pirate shaped. And tonight I am playing Philip Inwood, the former private investigator whose clients all dried up, so has now joined the franchise as a paranormal investigator. So I am PI, the former PI turned PI.
That is awesome. Glorious, glorious. And now we are going to finally spin around to Quentin. Hello.
Hey guys, Thragging on the internet. I'm not on the internet that much anymore because I don't know, family life just hasn't worked out. But I'm excited to be here. Today I'm going to be playing Dak Zachary. Kind of not athletic, muscular, but not a musclehead. He got into this industry because the work actually lets him do what he likes to do, which is basically like show off.
Gotta love a good show off.
Yeah, exactly. So when Dak Zachary, aka the Muscle.
Awesome, awesome. I love it. Okay, so before we dive in, just so folks are aware, we are using lines and veils, so I may consult those from time to time. Also, I use the X, N, and O cards for safety tools, so if folks need to make use of those, feel free, absolutely. And as we kind of start this off, we need to build the franchise. You're going to have 10 franchise dice to assign. If you can look up at your Roll20, you'll see that there are 4 places on here you can assign these franchise dice. So the bank slip up near the top, you can put dice towards, and those can go towards any roll, but there is potentially a cost whenever you use. There's always a chance you might not be able to get that die back. Or other things might happen. There's a separate bank table that happens. The library card is to aid in your academics rolls, and so it's a common pool basically folks can use for their academics rolls. The credit card is something that you can use for your technology rolls, a common pool again people can pull out of. And finally, the gym card is something that you can use for your athletics rolls. And so now you folks get to decide among yourselves, and how you do this is going to kind of shape more sort of the focus of what your franchise's resources are, what type of inspector's franchise you're running. And so you fellas got 10 dice you can distribute.
Well, I think Dak would be disappointed if we didn't put at least one die into Gem.
I think one. I mean, the player and the chaos in me says put all 10 on the bank, but Dak
the tech
definitely
guy's going to want at least one on the credit card or library just to do the research and get the parts I need for all the stuff I'm going to be building for you all to use. But yeah, we definitely need something in the gym for you.
Oh, of course.
Yeah. Now you folks should be able to grab hold of those dice and move them around. Let me know if you can't.
I say let's go at least one on each, and then we can decide how many do we want in the bank of the remaining 7.
All right.
Because we'll need some. We want that open like stash.
I mean, everybody takes money.
I say let's not overthink it. Let's just put 2 in everything else and 4 in the bank.
Done.
Nice and easy.
Alrighty.
All right, mission accomplished.
Cool.
We're a little bit
Okay,
balanced
so-
and a little bit of a gambler.
Mm-hmm.
So you've got fairly balanced resources at your location, and so what I'm gonna mention at this point is just a couple of things with mechanics, with the mechanics of the game. This game is very improv heavy, and you'll see that happens when you start making rolls. Where you're going to be going for a certain number of mission tokens this evening. We're going to start roughly at 10, and we're going to see as your current goal, but I may adjust that depending on time. So once we get into it, if I see that we're like you're only a few mission tokens in and we're almost at time, then we'll be like, well, maybe we want to pull back. Or if you breeze through and you get all 10 immediately, I might be like, okay, well let's see if we go for 15, that kind of thing. Now, the other thing I just want to talk about is, among other things, Inspectors is also a reality show, aside from being a paranormal investigation business. There is a reality show crew that kind of follows you folks around. I'm going to keep them very much in the background, but there are certain things you can do. At any time you like, if you want, you can talk to the camera. It's absolutely fine. And you'll see that kind of based on how we do the introduction here. But then also, once per scene, someone can use a confessional. That's once per scene for everybody. So if one person uses it, that's used up for the scene. The confessional basically can bend or break or spindle or mutilate reality to an extent. You can use it for foreshadowing. You basically just sort of jump in and it's like you're telling us afterwards, after the fact, something that maybe is going to happen, or you can change something about something we didn't know, a fact we didn't know already. But the best usage I ever saw of this, there was a party facing down some demons. They just ran into these demons, and the only weapons they had with them were super soakers. Someone called for a confessional and said, "Well, it's a good thing we remembered beforehand to fill those super soakers with holy water," and then they had the holy water they needed to fight the demons.
Nice.
So yeah, that's basically kind of how they work. You can adjust something. As it's framed as kind of an interview that you're doing to the camera. Does that all make sense? All right, cool. Are we ready to get started?
Yeah, I'm ready.
All right, let's go.
All righty, here we go. Okay, so we're going to see on the TV, we see shots of Cincinnati, Ohio. This is the place where we are located. We get a shot from across the bridge, probably taken from Devou Park, and then we're going to spin around, and we're going to see each one of you briefly. And what I'd like from each one of you, as this sort of opening montage, is there's going to be a brief action shot of you doing something, anything, to sort of establish your character, and then a quick little snippet that you told of you talking to, once again, the interviewer. You were asked, why did you join Inspectors? Or tell us how you feel about Inspectors. One of those. And we're going to go around, and who would like to be first? Or shall I call on someone?
I'll go first. I'll throw it in. I'll do it. So yeah, you get the opening montage goes over Philip. His part of the montage, it is notable, is in black and white. It is purely him in a dimly lit office, digging through filing cabinets. Cut to him typing on a typewriter. Every establishing shot, there are multiple giant mugs of coffee throw all around there. He's dressed much like I am now, although his shirt is coffee stained, permanently smoking every shot he's in. And he turns to the camera for his and goes, "Why did I join the franchise? Well, the pay's good, but the coffee's shit."
Excellent. And we have a couple more shots, establishing shots of Cincinnati. We have a shot of Fountain Square, and then we go over to who is next.
I'll go ahead and go. Camera pans in. Think like Cheers, and it shows Dak. He's in a gym, and he's on like a punching bag, but like on the bag is like very like poorly drawn, like a ghost. Like think like a little Pac-Man ghost. And then, like, as it spins, there's, like, a little, like, crudely drawn demon face. And he's punching at it, and he's kicking it. And then he stops, and there's, like, sweat, like, beating down his face. He's like, "Why did I join? Well, it allows me to punch demons and just do what I like to do best." And, like, the shot, like, slowly fades, like, just gets blurry as it, like, zooms out.
Excellent. So I think we have a brief shot as it snaps over to one of the parks, and then it snaps over to the music hall, and then we see someone else. Who do we see?
I'll go ahead and go. As it fades in, you'll see Dr. Grimes in like an office, a study, wall-to-wall bookshelves, scattered papers across his desk, and a book's there as he's speaking a language that is, well, ancient Sumerian, and yelling at the book as it keeps churning pages. And he turns and looks and says, "I am so tired of these gremlins." And he picks up a stack of papers and swats the book and then fades out.
Excellent, excellent. Yes, alas, it is gremlin season. That does happen from time to time. And so then finally, as we're spinning around, we get once again another view. We get a brief shot of Eden Park and the Cincinnati Art Museum, and then we finally come around to Fred. What do we see?
As the camera fades, it goes from there to a shot of Newport on the Levee, showing the aquarium and all that, and then it goes to finding this guy in the basement of his mom and dad's home in Fort Thomas. He is at where he always is when he's not at work or with his girlfriend over a couple of counties away, Florence Boone. She is, when he's not with her, he's busy working on his workbench. Okay, there's the thermostimulator. Okay, where did I put? Okay, there's the gun, and you see soldering irons and wires and cables and lights and doodads and whatchamacallits all over the place as he's working on whatever his new greatest invention is, until he gets distracted and starts making something else. And then he reaches for his big Slurpee cup that he got from Gold Star and takes another sip of whatever caffeinated drink of the month he was able to afford to get, and he focuses back on what he's making. And at least at the office, I can make this stuff and not have to worry about people interrupting me, about people not liking what I'm doing, because I'm doing something for them at least.
Excellent. And then it sort of pulls back. We get sort of a drone shot over the couple of bridges and over the city. And then the title comes forth, Inspectors, Cincinnati. And then we begin. So, I'd like to know what your office looks like. You've got an office somewhere on the outskirts of town. It could be a thing in a strip mall. It could be a thing in an office building. It's relatively new. Your franchise is relatively new, so you haven't had a huge amount of support as of yet. But if everyone could give me like just one detail about what your about your office, let me know.
If I can start, I would imagine we have probably the prime location. There's a mall that is no longer around anymore in Crescent Hills, on the Kentucky side. And
I remember that.
we've got the whole mall to ourselves. We can pick and we can pick out which section we want in there. And my section is where the old Radio Shack used to be.
Are we good with being in an abandoned mall?
It seems appropriate.
Yeah, very appropriate.
That works.
Okay. All right. Does anyone want to volunteer any more details?
I would like to chime in and say that the heat doesn't work. Just no heat, just a cold giant building.
Gotta bring in space heaters. Okay. Cool.
We'll throw into that as well. The entire mall, no matter where you are, has a lingering scent of stale Auntie Annie's pretzels.
Yes, it does.
Ah. Yes. Excellent. And
the 2-story department store on one end of it has a big hole in the second story, like that looks down. It could have been where the escalators were. It might not be. We're not sure, but it's definitely a hazard that we have to watch out for.
That's absolutely fair. I'll also say that occasionally during Gremlin season, the what we sort of refer to as the ghost of the Orange Julius pops up every now and then. But it's, alas, you still can't order anything there. It's not really there. It is a phantasm.
We just hear the blender.
But, yes, and it just arrives briefly to give false hope. before it vanishes once again. Just looking over here, just as a reminder, it's party has 2 crits and 1 advantage. I also have 2 crits myself. We'll figure that out as we go. So let's see. I think it's gonna be. Usually, it's late afternoon when these things happen. How do you normally when clients show up? How do you know that they've shown up? Usually,
The CCTV, of course.
okay, cool. Do you have like some sort of centralized area where you have your office?
Ask Fred.
How far is the office from the Radio Shack?
The office is probably in the. It's probably in the old Sharper Image store right next door to the Radio Shack.
There we go.
Okay.
The old Radio Shack, which is like 2 stores, which is like 2 cubicles down from the main entrance. And of course, I've got the whole mall wired, so we got
Yeah.
CC cameras everywhere, so we can see who's I've wired into the old security system.
Who's monitoring the CCTVs right now? CCTV.
You mean other than Orange Julius?
Other than Orange Julius, yes. Because who knows if they'll tell you. It's up to the gremlins.
I'll say it's probably Philip. That's like his type of thing. He will be in there, mug of coffee in hand, watching the monitors, leaning back into, and I'm going to steal what Prax just said in the Zoom chat, that one of the massaging chairs that has been pulled in. That's fully
He's got
going,
one
just
of those
having
left over.
exactly his back's just getting absolutely pummeled by this weird little mechanism.
So as
I
this
keep
is
tr-
going,
I keep trying to repair it, but just where something in the solenoid just doesn't want to cooperate, and it just seems to pound a little bit harder than it's supposed to.
it's good for you. Builds character. As you're receiving this this very very adroit massage, you'll notice on the security cameras, this tall lady, who looks like she might be in her 20s, who appears to be wearing a set of striped overalls and a train conductor's hat, has wandered into the mall, and she's looking around, and she's looking down at this card, and she's just kind of like, she's looking around. And after a few moments, you realize she is in fact looking for the Sharper Image. So she's just sort of going down a couple of hallways.
In the food court, like Dak has like a whole like weight room like setup. And he's probably like in front of like like an old Subway or something, and he just like has some dumbbells.
I think then if you're in the food court, she's probably going to run into you first. So she's just sort of. But Philip sees all this.
I will say, as he sees this, Philip is going to he's going to click a little walkie-talkie we have that has been wired into the Tannoy system.
Nice.
This is how we communicate, but does not realize that he has turned it on to the way that it's going out through the entire mall. And speaks to it and says, "Attention. We may have a client, but I'm going to give you all fair warning. I think they're a cosplayer."
You see her just sort of look and stare up at the ceiling, slightly panicked. And she's just like, sort of looks, turn around. And Dak, you see this person sort of come into view. She's wearing these blue sort of train conductor's coveralls and a cap. And she's got the red neckerchief and everything. And she's just sort of looking around, bewildered. And
Are all the walkies hooked up to the PA now?
Yeah,
Dak
they're all
picks
wired
his
to
up. Yeah, Dak picks his up and he goes, "Client acquired. Shall I take him out?"
she's like starting to panic a little bit. Oh God, what's going on?
I'll
Dak,
walk.
don't take them out. Take them in. We can't have that happen again. Not again. We don't want a repeat of the incident.
You see that as she sees saying this, you see her looking around, and Dak, she sees you, and she locks eyes with you, and she starts to sort of back away, her eyes widening.
And as she does this, I have to do this. I walk out of the Radio Shack, and I walk up quietly behind her without making a sound. And then as she's slowly backing away from Zach, I'll reach my head around her shoulder and say, "Can I help you?"
Ah! She turns around, and she turns around, and she's
Oh,
very quickly,
Nice
and she's
outfit.
like,
are you from
Trot?
Are you from Trotter's Otterville? Are you one of the people who runs the trains there at the toy store?
No. I was just looking for the Sharper Image.
Oh, come with us. It's right next door to me.
Is everything? What's happening?
Copy
I thought
that.
this place was closed.
Copy that. Taking her in.
And I hear it's like, okay, I gotta fix the wire. Something. One of the squirrels has messed with the wiring again.
I'm just going to
Yours
lean
very
into the
different.
fact that I aspirated what I was drinking because you guys made me laugh. And Dr. Grimes is literally just rolling on the floor laughing in the Sharper Image because he doesn't know what else to do.
When you talk about fixing the system, you someone very faintly, Dak probably hears from the direction of the Arlinge Julius, this little just very faintly. She's like, no, I'm looking for the inspectors. Are inspectors here?
Oh, that's us. Come with me. I'll take you to the boss.
Oh, good. Oh, okay.
Wait, we have a boss?
Close enough.
I just imagine there's just a round table somewhere that we all sit around.
I will mention, as you are guiding this poor woman to the Sharper Image, that in this world, the supernatural is known enough that it is a bit of an embarrassment to people if they find that they are having to deal with it, because no one in good company has a place that's haunted or that's being attacked by vampires. It's just not done. So they're an inconvenience is really what the situation is. But you bring
As I
this
walk-
woman- Yeah.
As I walk her to the Sharper Image, I'll ask her, "So, are you at East Side, or are you West Side, or are you Northern Kentucky like like I am?"
Oh, I live in over the Rhine.
Over the Rhine. Okay,
Area.
cool.
Yeah. I don't usually come all the way down here. I haven't been south of the bridge in a while. And you'll eventually, you'll get over. You're very close, I assume, to the Sharper Image. So you'll start. So you and Dak are bringing her in. And what does she see as she enters?
There's let's lean into the round table thing, except it's one of those multi-purpose poker tables from like the Dick's Sporting Goods that we've repurposed and stuck like all of the massage chairs around. So it's like this flimsy table and these super solid chairs, which looks a little strange, but so do we.
Nice.
And of course, the chair we have for the customers that come in are all of the old standing chairs from the food court from around the tables. That's what we have pushed along the sides to pull up for them.
So she looks, and she sees like the rest of you sitting down, and she looks and she sees the chair, and she's like, "Oh, okay. She slowly pulls it out and sits down. And it does that thing where the plastic creaks back and forth a little bit, so it takes you a second to get comfortable. And she says, "You deal with supernatural things, right?" Yes.
I
And
want to
you
look her
deal with
like
trains.
I want to look at her and say, "Welcome to the League of Extraordinary Inspectors," and I just like wave my arms out.
She's like, "Oh, okay, 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 okay. I work for the city.
You're a train
I
conductor
work
for the city?
No, 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 no. They don't wear this anymore. No, I work at Union Terminal, at the museums.
Ah, that explains it.
Yeah.
So you're not
Um,
autistic.
I mean, there's, my dad kind of thinks so.
Oh,
And we keep talking about maybe getting tested,
Okay.
about it. I hadn't thought about it until just a couple of years ago, when I just noticed some things. I was online and I kind of noticed some things about that were sort of lined up, and I'm not completely sure though, because there's also like a potential trauma that might have. So it's hard to really. I shouldn't be. We should be. No, why am I telling you this? No. It's we have a problem at Union Terminal, and the city sent me to ask you if you would come and take a look.
Is it gremlins?
I don't know what those are.
Can we
It's
see it
probably
from
gremlins.
here?
Can you see? Can you see what from here?
It.
No, we can't. None of us can see it. It doesn't show up visually, whatever it is.
What kind of a
It's,
problem exactly is it that you're having? What? Tell us more. What are you experiencing?
Okay. All right. I'm Serena, by the way. And so I work in the historical section, historical Cincinnati section. And it was just a couple of days ago. And I think we've been hearing this for a while, because we just thought, okay, so we only have train service 3 times a week there anymore, right? It's mostly museums, just museums now. But it was starting to hear something that I kind of mistook, and a lot of folks kind of thought of as just, okay, and it's the trains going by. And then we sort of realized we shouldn't. A couple of things. One is that we shouldn't have been able to hear it in the locations we're hearing it. And then also that that the trains aren't in service. That line isn't in service on some of the days we've been hearing it. And we're not sure what it is, and we're not sure even if it's exactly a train sound. It's this low rumbling, this shaking. And we feel. And the last one was really bad. It's like everything started shaking for a few minutes. I was alone with the models, and everything started shaking a little bit. And so I'm not sure. I've been told that Rita, who works out at the at the theater in the back, has told me that at the Omnimax Theater has told me that she also thinks she's been hearing it from the concourse, and also I had been hearing from I had been hearing from Don, who works in the Natural History Museum. He's been experiencing it too. And so we don't know exactly where it's coming from. We haven't been able to find it anywhere else in the building, but it's starting to. Some of the tourists are starting to notice, and most of them, again, they've written it off as like, oh, it's the trains, and they just keep saying, oh, it's the trains, but it's not the trains. I keep wanting to tell them, but I can't. And the earth shaking is it gets a little worse every time, and we're worried that someone's going to get hurt and the city might be liable.
Serena, could you shake the table in front of you? How bad it's shaking where you're at? I'm a visual learner.
Okay. Is there anything on the table right now?
I quickly pick up my orange Julius glass from off the table.
She begins shaking the table, and she's like, it's kind of easier to show if we had Legos on this table because we had an exhibit.
Legos?
Never mind.
I reach over to a bin and sprinkle some across the top for some of the demos that I do when we go on and things.
And she very quickly, in just a few seconds, puts together a very simple little structure, and then she starts shaking the table. And one of the Lego pieces, and she does it for like a good 20 seconds, and a little rougher, and then one of the top pieces tumbles off, and she stops. And she says, "That's about it. That's about it. It's at about one Lego piece, we think."
Thank you for your demonstration,
Right
Serena.
now.
It was very helpful.
So that
Sounds
would
like
put it
we-
in. Go ahead.
It sounds like we may be dealing with a ghost train. That tracks.
Yeah, it sounds like that would be probably something at about 37.5 microrichters.
I'll take your
If
word
that
for
tracks
it.
with you.
Which is approximately one Lego.
Yeah. It would,
Yes.
in reference, it would take about 123.8795 microrichters to make an entire Lego Star Wars Millennium Falcon fall apart.
Oh.
So you know,
Oh.
Serena, microrichters are a common usage of measurement in paranormal circles. We call it the Belmont scale.
Oh, okay. She's completely lost. She grasped a little bit when you were talking about it in terms of Lego bricks, but aside from that, she's still a little confused. So this is something you folks could come and take a look at, maybe?
Of course.
Yes.
I think it's within our wheelhouse. Now, is there any specific times of day that this all happens, or is it all randomly? Is it certain days of the week?
It's it's usually in the evenings. And we've noticed it on the on the odd days, on
Odd days.
just Tuesday, on it was Tuesdays and Thursdays and Sundays recently.
Okay.
Odd if you look at a calendar, not odd if you look at.
Okay.
You're
Not
counting
odd
from
days.
Monday.
Not odd days of the month. Odd days on the calendar. Got it. Okay. Scribbles it further.
Yeah.
Put that more down.
That's when we've been noticing it. It might also be happening. Well, like I think it might have also happened on some of the other days too, but it's harder to tell because we have actual trains come by. So
Dak scratches his head and he mumbles, "Not a very devout ghost train. Skipping Wednesdays, it seems."
Ghost trains usually skip leg day, though.
okay, but so you can help.
Yeah, even if we have to have Dak suplex the train.
We should be able to handle it. I don't think Deck's gonna get too steamed about it if he has to suplex it.
Okay. So you said tracks several times in Steam. Are you guys making fun of me?
You? No.
No, I'm just being totally observant, getting everything written down.
We
Okay.
would
This
never.
could be. Go ahead.
Oh, I said we would never conduct ourselves in such a way.
Yes.
I...
Don't worry. I've got
Okay.
everything written down here. We can come over. I think our service will be just the ticket for you.
I'm gonna. Okay, great. We'll have it. Are you? Can you come by tonight, or do we need to make an appointment?
Yeah, so
let me
you
check-
said you work for the state, yes? So they will be the ones paying our deposit. It is non-refundable.
Yes, the city will pay your deposit. Yes.
Excellent.
Let me check our schedule here. Let's see. Today is okay. Let's see. We get a yes. We do have an opening tonight.
Oh, good. Okay, good. All right then. Yes, as long as you can come by, as long as it's after 7, we can. Yes, absolutely. You can come in, and we'll have everything open for you.
Serena, one last question. What
Okay.
movie's playing at the Omniplex right now? All our lives may depend on it.
You know, I'd have to ask Rita. Actually, I haven't been up there in a little while.
Last
we're
I
actually-
saw,
Yeah.
is the Orient Express still playing?
Yeah, we've got we've got a special on D-Day. I think it was. I think that's what we replaced that with. I don't think the Orient Express one is running right now.
Okay.
We do have a thing on D-Day, and we've got a couple of nature ones going. I think. I went in there and I saw a bear on the screen briefly, so that's probably what that is.
Okay.
I think.
On Dak's notes that he has in front of him, all it says is suplex ghost train ? He says, "Thank you for your time."
Will
at
you
this
be there to
thing.
greet us tonight, or is there somebody else
Yes.
we should talk to
No.
ensure we gain access?
I'll be there. I'll be there. And
Excellent.
one or two of the other employees might be around. To if you need anything. As long as it's safe to be there, then we should be good.
Do we need to come in the main entrance off Union Plaza or on the back off of 7th Street?
You can come in the main entrance at that point. That ought to be fine.
Okay.
I think.
Well, we at Inspectors appreciate your patronage. On your way out, please feel to stop by the Claire's Accessories and grab yourself a customer appreciation gift.
Oh, okay, great. Okay, thanks. I'll do that. Okay, see you tonight. And she quickly just sort of gets up and kind of backs away from the table, almost not completely sure what it is that she's just committed to, but doing her best. And she heads out, looking for the appreciation gifts somewhere.
It's all little gift bags that we got out of the KB toy store, and we got things from all the different shops, all the junk that was left over from all the shops. We got them randomly mixed in there.
You sort of faintly can see her just sort of look in one, and then she looks and she takes the second one and then goes.
All of them do have a coupon for Orange Julius, though.
You just can find one. That's the important thing. So we are entering the gearing up phase, and so now we need to talk about how equipment rules work, and how things are going to go there. Now, one of the things that happens here as you're preparing is you can raid your supplies for items. They can be ordinary items, or they can be significantly better items, but whoever it is whose idea it is to get the item is going to make an equipment roll, and that will tell us if there is anything wrong with the item, or if there is anything very right with the item. If that makes any sense. And so the equipment roll is based on your tech score, your technology score, but at the same time, it's just if you want a thing, you're the one who has to roll for it. So we're gonna go ahead and let's see. Does anyone want to grab something before they go?
Fred's probably going to grab his backpack that contains various sorts of batteries, all sorts of electrical devices, including EMF detectors and radio frequency, and all the different detectors that you would be using, that you see everyone on TV using for searching for paranormal activity. But they all have, shall we say, enhancements that I've added on to try to make them more effective.
Okay. I think that this is mostly, yeah, I think what we'll do is we'll just have you roll individually when you pull a particular thing out of the bag.
Okay.
You've got the bag.
Yeah.
But we'll,
it's basically
we'll see.
it's basically a bag of holding of electrical gear.
Absolutely fine. Most things you can just have that are just basic items, but sometimes certain things you may have to roll for. Let me.
Briggs is going to just go to the Barnes and Nobles and find a book on the history of trains in Cincinnati.
Ah, excellent. That is. Go ahead. I just want to see what happens. How many? What's your tech score?
Wouldn't that be Walden books?
So. It is old enough that it might be Walden books, but
there you
go ahead and you can. But this one can have a Barnes and Noble. This is
That's
not
true.
actually Cincinnati, but this is a place similar to but legally distinct from Cincinnati that we're in right now. By the way, not everything may be as we remember it, but yes, go ahead and make an equipment roll at 1 die. Just to see what we get. Dangerously defective. Excellent. Okay. So you have. This is a book on the history of trains. Yeah. It seems like. Here's the thing. The bookstore was raided before everything was closed down. So it's really potluck if you can find what you're going to find in there. There are still plenty of books there, but yes, this book that you find on the history of trains is basically you look for it. It looks actually exactly like what you're looking for, but you open it up, and the back half of it has been hollowed out, and it looks like someone had been using it to put to smuggle their lunch. In like an employee maybe of the bookstore.
I'll put a flask of whiskey in it and close it.
Yeah, you can do that.
Seems appropriate.
So you've only got the history of trains up to about 1910. And then everything after that is lunch space,
Gotcha.
basically. Would anyone else like something?
Yeah. Dak definitely wants something. So he'll go to this string of lockers, and on each locker it has a how to punch ghosts, how to punch demons, how to punch gremlins, and he's scratching his chin, and he's like, which one? And he opens up the ghost one, and it's a set of boxing gloves, and there's salt in the tips of them, and he's like, I think this will do.
They're just some salted boxing gloves. Do you want them to be special in any way?
I want them to be effective against ghosts.
What's your tech score?
2? Oh,
Okay, make an
score?
Yeah, your tech score.
Oh yeah, it's 2.
Okay, make an equipment roll at 2 dice. Okay, defective. So they do work against ghosts.
Uh-huh. But
But
only
there is
one of them
something
does.
wrong with them. Yeah, I think that might be the thing. It's
Only the
it's
left one works.
it's one of the gloves.
My left jab just is terrible, but
You're
I don't
righty.
know it. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. That works.
Okay. Jim, there is one role I do want to do. I've been working on this brand new set of this new visor that will help me catch any kind of paranormal activity
nice.
going on. So I want to see if they actually work. So he's going to be doing them on a trial to see if they actually work.
Okay, excellent. And your tech score is what, 4?
4. Yeah.
Go ahead and make an equipment roll, 4 dice.
Whoops.
Okay. Yes, this is Ultra Tech.
Okay.
So this will pick up everything.
Okay.
This will pick up anything that is not on this plane that is, but is nearby. So yeah, you can basically see into the netherworld with this if you want. And and it is adjustable.
Oh yeah, I can change the frequency from ghost to specter to gremlin to poltergeist to whatever form I'm searching for.
Perfect. No, that absolutely works. Anyone else like any items?
Yes. So 2 things that Philip is going to bring. The first and most important is his giant thermos for coffee. But he's also going to bring his. Yeah. But the other thing he's going to bring is his trusty old revolver, which in itself is just normal and unmodified. But he does have 6 bullets he's going to bring with, each of which he's worked with the Doctor to help research various arcane symbology that has been etched into each of the bullets. He's not entirely certain what they do, but supposedly they help.
I would love to find out how the bullets are. So go ahead. What's your tech score?
1, because it wouldn't let
make
me
a
do
1
0.
die equipment roll for me.
Please be a 1. It's a 5. Okay.
Okay, so these are either hard to get or experimental. So yeah, you're not sure exactly what
they're
they
experimental, all right. Yeah.
do. But
just so you know,
they're gonna do something.
3 of the glyphs are in Egyptian, 2 are ancient Sumerian, and 1's Babylonian. He just tried to smatter them around to make sure that there's an option.
Yeah. Let's just give it a shot. Let's see what works. Hang on, I'm gonna write that down real quick, just so that I have that in front of me.
And yes, the Egyptian ones are tiny little hieroglyphs that he's helped inscribe.
Excellent. Tool. So yes, you have arcane bullets. Any other items anyone would like to grab ahead of time? No one? Okay. I think my next question then is sort of as you're prepping to go, what kind of vehicle are you using? Because we are going to make a roll for that as well.
Why do I imagine that we have like one of those old shuttle buses?
That's exactly what I was thinking. Like we found it abandoned when we found it at the mall, and like we just fixed it up.
Fixed up shuttle bus. Okay.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay, Chris. Then if you would go ahead and make an equipment roll at your tech level.
Oh, you want me to do it?
You're the one who said it. You said it.
No wonder I'm always having to repair it.
Never mind.
Oh my God. Okay, you got a 6. Ultra
Our
Tech.
shuttle bus is like
magical.
Pimp Your Ride by Exhibit or something.
Somehow, this is the most amazing shuttle bus now. either technologically or supernaturally. Which do we think it is?
It's got to be supernatural, maybe haunted by someone from the church that they used to use it for taking people in, for taking kids to Wednesday night scouting or something.
You have a this is somehow this shuttle bus is somehow a blessed relic.
It's supernatural because when we were trying to repair it, we used equipment from the only store that was really heavily stocked, which was the old Hot Topic.
Ah, yes, that'll do it.
That'll do it.
So it reactivated the the theurgic commands that have been placed on it.
It works
and
great,
so-
but the radio can only play My Chemical Romance.
Ah, yeah, that'll do it. That'll do it. And
Trust
I mean,
me,
that's
I've
the good
tried
thing.
to fix the radio. It just won't change the channel.
It's yeah, on the plus side, the Gremlins have left it alone. Awesome, which is good because otherwise I was thinking of it being the Gremlins summer project, but okay, so we are now going to cut away, and we're going to now make our way there. My first question now, once again, I have a lot of first questions. My next question now is, who is driving?
Whoever's haunting it.
The little old church lady.
Is it
That used to
self-driving?
drive it.
We can absolutely do that if you like.
Fred pretends that it's self-driving when the cops ask, because he's
Mm-hmm.
techno. He does the techno speak, but in reality, it's just haunted.
Yeah, I
Okay.
try. I get behind the wheel and I try to drive, but the vehicle definitely has a mind of its own, including the speed.
Okay, so I
Unlike
think
the
Fred is
movie Speed, we can't go over 50.
Yeah, that's the problem. That's the thing. If it's being driven by the spirit of a little old church lady, she is not going to go too fast.
No.
Yeah,
So
unless
it will
it's
take
bingo
you
night.
a while. So you're going to get
Unless
there
it's
very
bingo.
safely. I mean, bingo night is, of course, the exception. It, yeah. So every now and then, it does sort of drive off and come back certain nights. But since I'm going to assume that Fred is closest to the driver's seat, and there's always going to be this little thing when you're in traffic, especially when you're crossing the river, to get sort of more in sort of the northwest side of Cincinnati, that if you're not in control of the vehicle, you're going to see things every now and then. It's like, do you see that? Are you okay? Are we okay? So I do need you to make a 1-die stress roll for me.
Okay, happens every time we get to that one spot on the cut in the hill, right?
Yeah. Since you have shotgun. Yeah.
Let's see, how many die am I using?
One. Okay, you're going to use stress roll. It's 1 die. One die.
Okay.
This is a 1-die stress roll. Stressed. Okay. So already something stresses you out on the way there. It's like a point. It's kind of like that point where where for some reason she decides to cut through one of the parks, and it's got this very steep incline that leads right to it, and you can get right there and then make a turn and get to the bridge. But it's for some reason she loves taking that turn.
That sharp turn at Duval Park, every time she wants to take that rather than just going straight.
I
So
think
you are
she
now
watched
so you-
Die Hard 3 too often. Where they cut through Central Park.
You have so you've lost 1 die from one of your skills. You may choose.
Okay.
And that will be the case unless you end up with cool dice potentially later.
All right, I'll take it from academics because it's going to spook me enough that I'm not going to be able to think straight.
Okay. Alrighty. Okay. We are arriving at the Union Terminal set of museums. I'm going to go ahead and open up some handouts here for you all that I will show to everyone so you can see what it looks like. There is a night shot of it. It is basically, for folks not familiar, this is the quickest touchstone I can give on this is that this is the building on which the Hall of Justice was based in the DC cartoons and then later in live action things. They actually started using the Union Terminal, shooting at Union Terminal, first in TV and then most recently in the Superman movie that came out. And I'm going to give you a map also of the terminal. And whilst this is happening, you're going to be pulling up. It's going to be the evening, and you're going to see that it's fairly quiet. You still have a few folks that are they're leaving. They closed a little bit early today, I think, in preparation for your coming. For some of this, and there's a decent amount of parking. It's a bit of a walk from the parking space up to the front. And so, what are we doing? We are now on the job, by the way, and we are now going to try and collect. At this point, we're going to see if we can collect 10 mission tokens. So when I start calling for rolls, that'll tell us how we do with that.
I think first thing to do is we should head down to where the train had been heard. So I remember the National History Museum being mentioned. I wasn't taking notes as to where the other places were, so I don't recall.
Yeah. 3 places. It was the Natural History Museum. It was in the Cincinnati History Museum. And then also on the old concourse, which is near the Omnimax.
Yeah. Fred will instantly pull out his UMF detector and all that, and he'll start on the concourse there first. He's having grown up here, having gone to school at Covlatin, and always, it's like every other week we would be taking a field trip here to something like that. He's fairly familiar with the museum, and he's going to start with the concourse first, then work his way down and around as he's using his detector to try to see if anything pops up.
Now, is this detector separate from your visor?
Separate from the visor,
device?
yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
Go ahead and make an equipment roll for me. And that's the end. Standard stuff. Okay, so this is just can detect standard magnetic field. This is a magnetic field detector.
Right.
So I mean that's just basically all it does. It doesn't do anything fancy.
Okay.
And yeah, so as you sort of enter, it's this big. So the rotunda near the front is this sort of big round area. They actually did use that. They shot in there for the Superman movie, but they changed the murals. There are murals up there of historical figures. There is this big box office where that used to be the train ticket office. They don't actually sell train tickets there anymore. It's purely, as far as actual train work goes, it's a place you can be picked up and dropped off, but you already have to have done your ticketing separately, electronically, usually. And so you are, so you see the sort of big, sort of wide area, and so Hawk, not to pick on you too much, but once again, you're trying to find something out using your equipment. So I am going to ask you for for our first actual skill roll. I'm going to ask you to make a tech roll, a technology roll under the skill rolls. Remind me what your specialization is, your specialty is?
Let's see, my specialty, paranormal electronic creations.
Paranormal electronic creations. Okay, that's not going to apply here just yet.
Okay.
So it's just going to be 4 dice.
4 dice for my tech roll. Okay.
Yeah, that's going to be a decent chance. Let's see what happens. Okay, 5. Good. Okay, so you're going to get a good result out of this as you're searching, and you're going to gain a mission token as a result. What do you find?
All right. What I find is that I'm not getting any signals from the actual rotunda itself, but it's there. But as I go to where the old rail lines used to be, where they would go from the ticket booths and all that, that is where I'm picking up activity.
Okay, so more towards the back?
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, you folks will see that that as he sort of goes in and immediately start looking up and down the concourse as he's starting to head. You folks see that Fred is starting to head towards the back. What are the rest of you doing?
Dak would have been like shadow boxing, like the whole way in, just like I'm gonna give him just 1, 2, just bah, bah, bah. And not really paying attention because he's there, like like his role is like someone needs him to do something, or there is something to be done. So like he lets like the rest of the team just like figure stuff out and be like, all right, it's in there, and he's like, got this.
Dr. Grimes is going to do something a little self-serving to start. He's going to go look at the directory of employees and see if his former anthropology nemesis still works here as a retirement job.
Ooh. Let's see. I'm tempted to. Yeah, everything is connected. Everything is connected. You're gonna look in the employee directory. I'm gonna assume that there are like. You're gonna have to kind of get to a kiosk and just sort of look. And there are plenty of those around. They've opened pretty much everything for you. So, I'd ask you to go ahead and make an academics roll for me as you're doing this. Let's see if anything interesting relevant to the case comes up as you're doing. Okay, you get an amazing result. So as you are looking around here, and you are looking this up in the directory, something amazing happens as you're looking. You're finding something amazing here that is also going to help you with the case. What is it that you're finding?
That he was fired for summoning supernatural spirits on accident.
What's your rival's name? Do you know?
Dr. Dorian Fordheim.
Ah, Fordheim!
Good old Dr. Door.
Excellent. Excellent. You can do anything you like on your break, except summoning supernatural entities.
Exactly.
The city's rules are very clear. So, you've discovered this information that tells you that okay, that's a thing, and you know exactly where it was, which part of this building he worked in, and all of that. So you have that knowledge. And what is Philip doing right now?
Philip's looking. Are there any? Is our contact or any other employees around in the area that we're currently in?
Yeah, as you sort of look around, you do see that over, kind of in the direction of the Natural History Museum, is probably the so you do see a fellow who is kind of who's dressed. It looks like he's taking. It looks at first as though you see this person dressed as a Tyrannosaurus Rex, just sort of coming out of there, and then he takes the head off, and this sort of green and slightly feathered T-Rex, and it's a guy in a suit, obviously, and he looks over and he's like, "Oh, inspectors."
Could I make a contacts roll to see if I know this guy?
I don't think that's necessarily. I'm trying to think if knowing him is going to help. It's more getting people to do things. Really, would be more under contacts.
Mm-hmm.
But how do you think you might know this guy?
From the gym.
Fair enough. Yes, sure. Yeah, you've seen this guy at the gym before. This is Don Madison.
Yeah, Philip is going to approach our T-Rex friend and say, "Yes, hi. Philip Inwood, inspectors."
Hi. I haven't had a chance to change it.
You're
puts
fine.
He tries holding it. The problem is that he doesn't have much range of movement with his arms while he still has the suit on, so he can't really put the head under his arm. So he's just sort of holding on to it. And he says, "Yeah, I'm glad you're here. We've been hearing this sort of quaking coming from. Oh, hey. Don't I know you?
Don't I know you?" I give him a side eye.
I think I know you from. Are you? You're from the gym.
And you're from Chili's. Oh wait, the gym. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I'll,
Hi.
yeah,
How's it
I'll
going,
walk up
man?
and I'll pull out my badge and I'll say, "We're inspectors. We're here to help." And I'll like put
Oh.
it back in.
Oh, hi. Hi. Yeah. Wow.
I'm
So that's what you do,
I'm sure you
when
knew
you're
we
not-
were coming.
spotting folks. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, no, I knew you were coming. I just didn't know it would be you. Okay. Great. Yeah. I feel much safer now. There's an awkward
Interesting, you know
silence.
each other from the gym. It seems a little bit of a waste to have those arms gained, and now you're trapped in this tiny little T-Rex costume. No wonder you don't have a great range of movement. You're too swole
is
for
an-
the suit.
It is one of the great ironies of my life. I cannot move very much in here. Try though I might. It's also a heck of a commute from the other side of the river to get here, but it's all I have really. It's all I. And you hear this low rumbling from behind him. He's like, oh, and then it stops. He's like, oh, that was the thing. That was the thing.
That was it.
That was it.
We'll spin around and call out, like, "Hey, Fred, did you get that?"
So Fred, you see, you did get a little bit. Yeah, you got some of the
Yeah,
magnetic
this thing
field sort of.
thing spiked the ichthyosaumometer real bad. I'm heading there right now, and I'm gonna sprint towards where the rumbling came from.
Okay. So you're starting to head there. So yeah, he basically will be like, yeah. So yeah, I don't. Make sure that make sure the fossils are okay. And he's going to turn back around, and he once again starts T-Rexing his way back into the Museum of Natural History and Science. What are the rest of us doing?
Take off after Fred.
As I'm
not
running,
difficult.
I'm putting the EMF detector away and grabbing my Seismo ECMO detectograph.
Okay, please make it an equipment roll. Okay, yeah, you've got this is experimental level stuff that you're working with
Yeah.
right now. So,
Of course, it's my own creation.
yeah,
Patent
it's
pending.
so yes, very specific. So ectodetectograph. So I assume is more for ghosts specifically, or for ectoplasm based beings.
Yeah.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool. You're looking for
Detects
you're looking for
it's detects vibrations and rewind to detect movement and vibration from paranormal activity.
Excellent. So you're pulling that out. Before we dive fully into the land of the dinosaurs, let me just ask once again, Dr. Grimes, what are you up to?
Dr. Grimes is following behind. He helps the Tyrannosaurus with his headpiece.
Yeah. Do you like take it from him, or do you put it
I'll
on his head?
No,
Okay.
I'll take it
Okay.
from him.
Just hold on to it for him.
Stick it under my arm.
Oh, he says, "Oh, thanks, thank you. That'll help." He moves just a tiny bit faster now. As you come into this room, so you see this is multi-tiered. It's on kind of a little of a slow ramp that'll eventually lead down to the floor below. But you have sort of more immediately, and then around there's a ramp there, and then a ramp that leads up to the mezzanine. Actually, no, you're right. No. It's not a ramp that leads to the floor below. It's an escalator. But there is a ramp up to the mezzanine. Down here, you see there are a couple of there's an Allosaurus that has been fossilized, in fossils, and a couple of other dinosaurs that are here, just sort of like, once again, in just the fossils that are sort of that have been assembled. in dramatic poses. And there's, informational text around and all manner of other just sort of things here, things with facts about dinos. What would you all like to do?
Red is instantly going to try to see if he can triangulate the central point from where the vibrations came from.
Okay. Make a tech roll, please. Okay, that was okay. You got a 5 on the roll table because this was the skill that is good. So that means that you've gotten a good result once again. That's going to gain you a mission token. So something good happens here. What good thing happens as you are searching with your device?
The good thing is I'm able to pinpoint where the center of the vibrations were coming from.
Okay. So that is the good news. It's a little weird because you're sort of noting. Of course it is. Because you are noting that you have vibrations here, and according to your instruments, it's happening both down below here, and then also in 2 other locations around the building simultaneously. But this rumbling that you heard for a moment, you're not hearing yet. Again, was coming from down in the lower level.
Dr. Grimes will turn to the Tyrannosaurus Rex and say, "So, what language did Fordheim use when he got himself fired?" Reveling in the fact that he got himself fired.
You're asking the T-Rex this?
Yes.
Oh yeah, right. So Don the T-Rex will say, "Oh, you knew Fordheim."
Unfortunately.
Yeah, that was kind of an issue. I don't know. We're not supposed to really talk about it.
It could be connected.
You can, if you would, you need to make a contact roll.
Okay. I can do that.
Contact skill roll. See how we do here. Fair. Okay. The result you're going to get out of him is mostly positive, but there is also a negative or humorous effect as a result. So what does he tell you?
I think he tells me that he was rearranging Egyptian hieroglyphs like they were Scrabble pieces and accidentally turned them into a summoning spell. But he doesn't really know because he doesn't read hieroglyphs.
Okay. All right.
Sounds like he was trying to get rich quick. It's a pyramid scheme. Classic.
Somewhere in the distance, you hear a drum fill. Don just sort of looks up and he's like, "Oh, someone must have left one of the monitors on again."
Red is going to reach in his backpack and he's going to pull out a modified motion detector that he has enhanced to be able to detect paranormal motion and activity. He's going to place it here on this spot to catch on the spot where we found that the center of the motion here.
It's not on this floor. Do you want to go down to the exact location down below first, or do you want to put it on this?
He's going to put
where it is.
He's going to put one
floor?
Here, and he's going to put one here first, and then he's going to go downstairs.
Okay, you're kind of triangulating. Okay.
Exactly.
Please, once again, this is well, hang on. Yeah, this is an equipment roll. just to see for the equipment. So this is once again at your tech level. Because I just want to see. Okay, this is incredibly good. Whatever this is again, we're in the land of ultra tech with this. So it's gonna pinpoint something for you.
And as soon as he places that one there, he'll immediately go downstairs and calculate the exact spot where it is underneath and place another one right there.
Okay. So as you head down, is anyone going down there with him?
Yes.
Okay.
Are we splitting the party, or is that yes for everyone?
Well, hey Fred, do we need somebody to stay here and monitor this one, or should we stick with you?
Probably wouldn't be a bad idea just to make sure that something doesn't come around and tamper with it or something like that. If we're dealing with a poltergeist, then it might try to pick it up and move it and throw all of our readings off.
I'll stay here with Don the Dino. Keep an eye on things.
Make sure he doesn't Rex anything. And then I'll head downstairs.
Dak will stay with the dinosaur as well.
Okay. So Dak is so just to be clear, Dak and Philip are up on the ground floor, and Fred and Dr. Grimes are going down below. Yes.
Yep.
Okay.
Dr. Grimes will hand Dak the Tyrannosaurus head before he heads down.
It is a sacred duty to carry the head of the Tyrannosaur.
Puts it on for a little bit.
Oh, yeah.
I'll look at the real Tyrannosaurus and just give him like a grr.
Nice.
Oh, you totally have the shoulders for that. That's good. Cutting downstairs, we're going to see Fred and Dr. Grimes coming down. There is down here. There is sort of more of the stuff for kids section. There is a recreation of a woolly mammoth, sort of, and big sort of skeleton, the big tusks, down here. And as you are, and it's like right sort of directly, you realize it's the place you're going to need to put this is directly underneath the center of the mammoth. So you may need to move a velvet rope. Are you doing so?
Yeah, he'll unlatch the velvet rope, and then he'll go ahead and try to crawl underneath and try to calculate the exact right spot that needs to go right here.
As you are doing this, the ground begins to shake. The two of you upstairs hear this also. And you begin to hear, again, it sounds kind of like a train, but not quite. From not quite here, but in the distance. And as the big woolly mammoth is shaking a little bit above you, and this is going to be since this is happening as you are moving in, right, before you can place this,
Okay.
I'm going to need you to make a 2-die stress roll.
Okay.
Blase, no effect. You don't care. You're fine.
I'm too focused on making sure I get it placed in time to catch any of the readings from the
Okay,
from the
all right,
vibration.
All right. You set it down, just expertly, despite the tremor. I'll say that Grimes, you can actually now, so you're not right there. You can hear it. This noise. It is starting to fade again a little bit, but it is sort of. It's like there's something weird about it. Like it does at a distance sound kind of train-like, but it also sounds like something else that you can't quite put your finger on.
In ancient Egyptian, he'll yell out, "Show yourself!"
Are you? So you're trying to make contact with the entity?
Yes.
Okay, I'd like you to make well, hang on. Let me think about this. Yeah, we're going to use contact for this. Go ahead and make a contact skill roll, please. 4. Fair. Okay, you're going to get a mostly positive result of this action, but you must also include a negative or humorous effect. What happens?
Let's see. There'll be a shift and a shimmer as a shape, or like a humanoid silhouette takes shape, and then it like whooshes through me, giving me the chills and causing me to like lose my balance.
Okay, so this happens as sort of the rumbling stops right after this thing flies through you, and that sounds pretty stressful. So I'm going to need you to make a 3-die stress roll, please.
I have a complete meltdown.
A complete and total nuclear meltdown.
Yeah.
Lose your cool if you have any. You don't have any cool dice right now. And lose a number of skill dice equal to the number of stress dice rolled. So 3 skill dice.
All right. I think I
How
lose
do you
those.
react?
I think I lose those from my contacts. Now I don't want to talk to
Okay.
anybody. I go completely mute. And I'm just like staring everywhere like I'm paranoid.
So I will say that Fred just missed seeing the entity, but sort of turning around as the rumbling is stopped, and you see Dr. Grimes looking around like this. And I'm going to go ahead and cut once again upstairs to Philip and Dak and Tyrannosaur Don. And you hear this rumbling from below, and then you notice the little device that Fred laid down is blinking. What are you doing up there?
Hitting the realization at this point that we stayed to watch this thing but have no idea what this device does or what we're supposed to do when it activates, we'll just turn to Dido Dawn and say, do they always come this close together? This is a lot of rumbling.
Not always. It's usually later at night. This is the earliest it's ever done it.
And do we at this point hear a reaction from Dr. Grimes as the entity shifts through him?
There's like a yip, and then he goes completely mute.
Mm-hmm.
You hear this sort of yip from down there after the rumbling stops.
Is there a cat in here?
No, not anymore.
What do you mean not anymore? Is the ghost a cat?
No, not this one.
Are we
no.
dealing with a Meowtergeist?
He sort of Don is like tries to scratch his head, but he can't because he's a T-Rex. And he's like, no. We had a cat a while back, but it's we that showed up from time to time. It's not here anymore.
Has anyone or anything been hurt or broken by these shakings? Any exhibits?
Well, Rita had a cutout fall down on her, and she was a little miffed about that.
A cutout of whom?
Cardboard cutout of and he's thinking for a second. Yeah, he just sort of cut out of Andrew Carnegie.
I'll look at Philip and say, That's our man.
The ghost of Carnegie.
Oh, the
Has to
father
be.
of the steel industry. Oh, really?
That makes sense.
Look, Don. I've been doing this a long time.
Okay.
Just as Dak is a ghost hunting expert. If Dak says that's who it is, that's who it is.
With the T-Rex head on, I just look at him and just give a nod.
Okay. He just nods slowly. Are you fellas doing anything else, or are you just staying up here?
I think we're just staying up here.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, no one's calling for help, and we heard a cat
Yeah.
meow.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
I'm just watching
All right.
the thing on the floor and talking to Don.
Excellent, excellent. So I think then what happens at this point, as we briefly we're gonna pan back downstairs real quick, as that we see that Fred is looking and seeing that Dr. Grimes is looking around a little paranoidally, and you sort of there is this minor rumble, Fred. Then you see dust falling down a little bit, and you see that the above you that the mammoth is a little unstable. And then everyone once again hears rumbling from further deeper into the Union Terminal station. And at that, I think we're going to go ahead and we're going to take a quick break. And we will come back in a little bit. Please, folks, do pledge.
Indeed, indeed. It is the voice from beyond who's here to give you the spooky details.
Oh, no, it's Carnegie.
There's that
Curse you,
strange,
steel mogul!
there's that strange voice again.
Now, to be fair, at least Carnegie donated money to libraries. But,
Sure.
friends, we are here raising money for the Fisher House Foundation. Fisher House Foundation provides care, housing, and support for veterans and members of their family, while veterans and members of their family undergo treatment at VA hospitals and other hospitals around the country and around the world. We are currently at 100 Fisher Houses operational at this point. Success. But if you see the link in chat and you feel like donating, it always goes to help support or hinder the players. We are currently we reached our first goal, which was $1,000. We are now at $1,075 of our second goal of $1,250. So we're going to take a short break, stretch, bio, do all of those good things, and then we're going to come back and see if they will actually say it's Andrew Carnegie, or, the more likely person to be haunting everybody, J.P. Morgan. Because he would come back from the dead to just haunt everyone.
That's so like him.
We'll see you in a little bit, everybody. Hello, everyone. Welcome back. We hope you're refreshed, you stretched, all of those good things, and are ready to help our wonderful players dive into the second half. And thank you, Pirate, for letting me know that apparently the closed captioning wasn't working the entire time. So it should be working now. But we are here. We are raising money for Fisher House. We are at $1,075 raised. Beat our first goal and reaching for our second goal of $1,250, and to try and overcome the Marines so Team Coast Guard can win. I mean, we were winning for the first 2 days, and then the Marines woke up. To be fair, they do sleep a lot. But we're gonna leave you with our wonderful GM. Jim, take it away.
Woolly mammoths. They're not that mobile these days anymore. You don't generally see a woolly mammoth traipsing across the plains. This is no fault of their own, but it's just a thing that you don't encounter these days. But today, this very night, a woolly mammoth has begun shaking. And Fred is underneath the mammoth, and you're looking up, and you can see that one of the ribs is coming loose and is perhaps about to fall upon you. What do you wish to do?
He will probably, knowing Fred, he's not going to dodge out of the way. He's going to just position himself in a way to make sure that rib does not do anything to his precious monitor.
Okay, I am going to need you to make an athletics roll for me to see if you can position yourself well.
Okay.
So skill roll athletics.
How ill-advised would it be for me to try and blast it with a magic bolt?
Well, it sounds like a great idea to me, but I'm the GM, so I'm biased.
So I roll with the number of dice I have for athletics, right?
Yes, that's right. Skill roll and
Okay.
number of dice is your athletics score.
There's only one. Surprise, surprise.
Good. So
That
as you're
monitor,
doing this,
you know how expensive it is to make those monitors? I have to protect that thing.
so you are going to be able to make sure you are protect. You're not dodging out of the way of the falling
No.
rib, but you are protecting it. And so something good is going to happen as a result. But I must now also find out simultaneously. Dr. Brigham Grimes is about to do something to this mammoth.
I will try and
what do you do?
incinerate the rib so it doesn't hurt him.
Okay. How are you doing this? How are you attempting this?
He's going to. We'll stick with ancient Sumerian and conjure a spell of disintegration.
Okay, I need you to roll academics for me, please. While this is happening. Okay, you got an amazing result. So you got two amazing results, so it would be pointless for me to use my crit here. So we're going to have a good result followed by an amazing result. So first of all, the good result. So Hawkeye, Fred protects his equipment from the falling rib, and in so doing, we gain another mission token. What good thing happens in addition to you protecting your equipment?
What good happens? Let's see. As the rib falls, he's now able to look inside this. He can see inside this woolly mammoth that is there for the display, and when he looks up inside, this is not some model or taxidermied-esque type of display here. There's working animatronics inside this thing. It's like, wait a minute, they don't do animatronic displays here within, at least not since at least not when I was going to school at Covington Latin did they have any. They certainly, if they had something like that, that'd been all over all over WHA. No, not WHS. It'd be all over the Channel 7 news. So
Wow.
this is not something normal here for this museum.
I'm just going to mention briefly that I actually also did go to high school at Covington Latin, but anyway.
Yeah.
That said,
So you're familiar with the famous cheer. That's all right. It's okay. We'll be your boss someday.
Yes, actually, yes. No, we had a teacher who yeah. That said, an amazing thing happens as you notice these animatronics in there. An amazing thing happens as a result of Dr. Grimes unleashing fiery death, arcane fiery death upon this thing, and advances the plot somewhat. So, Dr. Grimes, what happens when you do this?
Well, he casts the spell and yells Fordheim at the top of his lungs, like he was, yelling, like he was Captain Kirk yelling Khan. It disintegrates the bone, causing ash to fall down harmlessly upon Frad. And at the same time, it seems to spell out the name of the entity that is haunting the building. But does it say Carnegie?
That's Andrew Carnegie.
It does not say Carnegie, strangely enough. I think so let's see. I could go with Morgan, or I could go with a
Who was the guy who had run Great American Insurance and owned United Dairy Farmers and all that? That big rich mogul guy. I'm trying to remember what his name was. There in Cincinnati.
Oh yes, that's a good question. United Dairy Farmers, started by Carl Lindner.
Yeah, Carl Lindner. Yeah, Uncle Carl.
So let me make sure that that this was not an incredibly kind and good person.
Depends on who you talk to.
So I think that oh yes, securities fraud. Okay, so I think the I think it's probably it tries to spell this out in something like in one of these known languages, but it's not going to matter. It's just going to be used in English. It spells out Uncle Carl.
The folks upstairs would have heard him yell Fordheim.
Yes, upstairs. There is still rumbling, by the way, everyone. There is still rumbling going on from elsewhere in the building. But you do hear from downstairs what sounds like the cry of Fordheim and the sounds of a flash fire.
Oh, well, yeah, Philip will turn to Dak and go, damn it. We left the nerds by themselves again. This always happens.
Staring intently at the seismometer thing on the floor, and he goes, yeah. This isn't really getting us anywhere. Is it?
Turn and say, hey, Dido Dawn, watch this. Dak, let's go.
Okay.
We'll take off to join the other two downstairs in the direction of the flash fire and the Fordheim.
You race downstairs, and so here's what you see as you come come down the this running down the escalator. You see this. You see Fred sort of on the center of this dais, this low dais, with dinosaur fossils around him, that are burning merrily, of what used to be a mammoth, and on the I think on one of the a place where there should be like it's a place where you put a frieze. My architecture language is failing me, but you know the bit. Is it the style? The place that's above a place above a couple of pillars that's off to the side, that spans the pillars. You see written, emblazoned in fiery letters, Uncle Carl, and you see Dr. Grimes. What does Dr. Grimes look like right now? How's he looking?
He's standing over the where Fred is, kind of like staring at the name, feeling admonished as though the name is like correcting him and that he should have yelled Carl, not Fordheim.
Seeing this emblazoned name, we'll turn to Dak and say, Uncle Carl Carnegie, you were right, Dak.
Uncle Carnegie.
Spelling clearly wasn't their strong suit.
I look at him with the T-Rex head still on and say, "We're always right."
While this is going on, Fred is going to be getting out his tool that he can try to figure out what the readings on his device measured and see if there's see if he get any further source of where they're coming from.
Yes. Now that you're trying to sort of figure this out, go ahead and make a tech roll for me, please. Skill roll, technology score. And yeah, let's see. You got an amazing result, but I am now going to do I'm going to allow our very kind audience to get their money's worth, and I'm going to take away that 6.
Dun dun dun.
Ha ha! Because I have a couple of those, right? I thought I did. Yes, and so I will use one of my crits to take away that 6. So you're down to a fair result. Okay. So you get a mostly positive result of your action, but there's also a negative or humorous effect you must include. What happens?
All right. The positive result is that I'm able from the measurements there, I can figure out directly where the source of the vibrations is coming from. But as I'm writing all of this down from the readings on there, as soon as I get it written down, this detector explodes in front of my face, and the one on the upper level explodes at the same time.
From just above, you hear, ah!
The stress of everything happening was just too much data coming in, and it just goes poof.
Dino Don's in trouble.
I will tell you that the detector, so the detector pointed, here's the interesting thing. It was pointing in 2 directions. So there is a thing that is kind of co-locating back and forth, between the Cincinnati History Museum and the old concourse leading down to the train tracks. But those are definitely, you have those locations now firmly set. You know exactly where things are kind of triangulated. It's interesting. I will say the stronger signal was coming from the tracks. But there you are still getting a signal from a spot in the History Museum.
Okay, so all right, so this is what I'm getting. There's signals definitely coming from the tracks, but there's also something coming from the history section of the museum as well. I pull out a detector. I'm going to put it in Dak's hands because he's the one's closest to me, and say, take this down to the downstairs to the train tracks, put this on there, and I show him which button to push. There's only 2 buttons to push on there, the on button and the off button. And I tell him, this is the on button, hit this one to turn it on and place it on the track. I'm going to go to the History Museum area because that section's going to be a little bit more difficult to find.
Quick question. Is this a new detector, or is this one that we have previously seen in this narrative?
Same type as the 2 that just exploded.
Okay, it's just a third one. Okay,
yeah,
you're good.
I've got 2 more of them that we can use.
Dak looks at it and he just sighs.
It'll pinpoint where the ghost is to suplex it.
All right, maybe it's a little bit cooler than I thought. The one upstairs, not that cool.
Yes, this is your suplex detector.
He looks at it with like more admiration now. Like, all right.
And if the yellow light comes on, be ready. That means there's a ghost right there for you to suplex.
All right. I'll start going to the train tracks, right?
Yeah. So you have to go back up to the rotunda and start booking it towards in the direction of the Omnimax Theater, and there's this little side passage where you can get to the platform. I'll come back to you in a moment. Is anyone going with him, by the way, or is he just going on by himself? I'm just curious.
Dr. Grimes doesn't run, so he's not going.
Oh, not going to let Dak go off herself. So, yep, Philip's going to take off after Dak.
Okay. All right.
Learning absolutely nothing from the last 5 minutes.
All right. Start
Leave the
heading that
nerds
way.
alone again.
Yep.
All right. Let me ask Team Nerd what they're doing.
Team Nerd, this half of Team Nerd is heading to that spot in the History Museum.
He'll follow Fred.
Okay. So you send back up. You see that. My God. You see that that Don has sort of fallen over and is sort of struggling to get back up, as he's struggling mostly with the costume, as the detector device exploded in his face. You also see that Serena is running into the room, who was dressed as an engineer, who's still dressed as an engineer, is running in to try to, because she heard something from over here. And she's
Dr.
trying to
Grimes will
help him
take
get
out
up.
his train book, take the flask out of it, take a big drink, go like cheers towards Serena, who's running in, and then put it away.
My God! What? My gosh! What's happening?
Ghosts. Do you
You
have an
found it?
Uncle Carl?
Uncle Carl? No, I don't have an Uncle Carl. That's
Well, somebody's Uncle Carl is haunting this place. And then he wanders off after Fred.
Carl. So, I'm just going to very briefly. Let me see. Yes, Fred and Dr. Grimes are heading across the rotunda to the opposite side, to the Cincinnati History Museum, and Dak and Philip are now heading. You head towards the back, towards the Robert D. Lindner Family Omnimax Theater, and you see off to the right, you sort of looking around and you find the passage down, and the rumbling is sort of getting low again. And, nothing's really shaking around right now. And you come out down this narrow hallway, and you see this train platform, where the Amtrak trains come through every other day. And you see that, and you see several tracks. You see a few trains parked way far away, the more cargo type trains. Several train tracks, basically there. What are the two of you doing?
I'll walk over to the train track and I will place the device on it and I will hit one of the buttons.
Okay.
If they're not
I
labeled.
Need you... So this is a very simple device. It is a device nonetheless, so I need you to make a technology roll for me, please, Dak.
Okay.
Using your skill roll. Not great. The GM decides your fate. You may be given a chance to suggest a single positive, albeit minor, effect. Now, the way that I run this game, I also will I will give you an opportunity if you have a suggestion for something not great to happen. But if you don't have anything, I will say what's happening.
The light, or like it, I can tell that it turned on, but just for a second, and then the light bulb burns out on it.
Okay. So you place it, and you see, okay, it looks like it's working. And then you see the bulb burn out because from the track comes what looks like a little electric shock. A little tine of electricity comes from there. And then a few other tines of electricity you can now see are playing about the tracks. This is a very strange and supernatural thing that is currently happening, Dak. Philip, you see this also, but you're a little further removed, so I'm going to have Dak make a stress roll for me. This is a stress of 3. 2. Frazzled. You're going to lose 2 dice from an appropriate skill, or 1 die from 2 skills, and you may choose which skills you lose them from.
Okay. Technology's definitely going down.
All right. And once you've lowered your skills, how do you react?
Philip, I have no idea how trains work, but I don't think this is normal.
As they say, look down, say, I'm pretty sure that the electric means the trains are running. Get back up and get out of the way. That might be a normal train.
I grab the device and then I'll like get off the track.
I say, leave the device. There's no time.
It looks a little dangerous grabbing the device.
Lower a hand down to help pull Dak up off the tracks.
I'll leave the device.
Okay. You manage to grab Dak, you pull him up. And it does sound like a train is approaching. From out here, you can hear it, this rumbling.
The ghost train
about it.
of Andrew Carnegie.
We're going to now cut to the other side of the building, back down to the Cincinnati History Museum. And getting over there, we will see there are a bunch of these little models. It's 1/64th scale models of the city of Cincinnati in 1940 or so, with little buildings that light up, and these little streetcars running around the city, and they're working right now. As a reminder, folks, just before I do anything else terrible, you do still have 3 crits that you can use at your leisure. Do let us know when you want to. You will, and I have 1 left right now that I am clinging on to with glee. But you see when you head in, you hear slightly after you. Yeah, it turned on during the last shakeup. We had shut it all off, but it's running now for some reason.
So they don't normally run after hours?
No, we usually turn it off.
Where's the electrical panel at?
It's let me check something real quick. No, okay. Now the main panel for this section is down underneath.
All right. He will get down on the floor and crawl
show you where
to
it
the
is.
electrical panel to
Well,
check it out.
there's a well, I mean it's the floor beneath. I'm sorry. I
Oh, the
should
floor
say.
bin. Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you meant
Yeah.
down underneath the actual display.
You could go underneath it, or did you just want it the controls for this model, or are you looking for?
Yeah, the controls for this because I want to see where the wiring goes to.
Okay, no, that is underneath, but you can duck down. Yeah, you can that, but that's you can just duck under the table if you want to do that. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So it's going to take you a second. Fred is getting under the table to find the electrics. What's Dr. Grimes doing?
Dr. Grimes is watching everything with the paranoid edge. If anything looks supernaturally moving, he's going to shoot it.
Okay. So Fred, you are underneath the tiny city of Cincinnati, and you see the main electrical board, which the connections to the electrical board.
Mm-hmm.
You see the panel, you see the controls. What would you like to do?
All right, he's going to follow the wiring to where it goes on the wall to try to and check. He's also going to look to see, are all the switches on, or are the switches off, or is it a combination of the two? Or
All the switches are currently off. So this thing should not be operating.
all right, he's going to go into his backpack and he's going to get the most high-tech supernatural thing he's got. He's going to pull out his voltmeter and take the probe and check the connections to make sure that there's no electricity actually flowing through them, or that the off switches are actually acting as if they're off.
Okay. And we want just an ordinary voltmeter, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
nothing fancy.
Gotcha. Yeah, you're going to see that, if I recall how this works, I'm just going to tell you this. As you're slowing, you see that electricity should not be flowing through here,
Mm-hmm.
because the connections are closed. So the power is coming from somewhere else.
All right, he is. Let's see. Then he will go. He'll crawl out from underneath the table, and he's going to just start taking the probe, the probe for the voltmeter, and touch just different things on the display itself.
As you start to crawl out from underneath the table. I'm so
Okay,
sorry.
and I'm going to make sure that I'm coming out from it naturally, so it doesn't look like I'm supernaturally crawling out from underneath the table.
Understood. The city of Cincinnati begins shaking. The 164th model. City of Cincinnati begins shaking. And Fred doesn't see this, But you hear the rumbling again. You all hear the rumbling again. Dr. Grimes sees the city starting to shake, and some things going down, something moving down one of the streets. Are you looking at that, or are you?
No, he's totally looking at that now. Is it like a miniature Stay Puft Marshmallow Man or something?
No. It's like there's this miniature, little ghostly see-through parade that is marching westward across the city.
I will blow
With
it up.
streamers and someone very important in a top hat waving. This is before you can do anything, this is a terrifying sight. So I do need you
Okay.
to make. They are pretty small, but I feel like this is still pretty bad. So I think that what we're going to do is I think we're gonna go for a 4-die stress roll for this. Remember, you can use your crits on these if you want, also on the stress
I will use a crit then.
Okay. Too cool for school then. That you get you gain a point of cool, and you is everyone okay with him taking from the crit?
Oh yeah.
Okay. You gain a point of cool. And you suffer no stress from this sight. That means you have effectively right now 1 level of armor against stress rolls. You can ignore the lowest stress die. You can also, if you prefer, you can spend the cool die to regain 1 level of one of your lost skill points.
Nah, we'll hold on to the cool die and take the armor,
Okay, awesome.
as I will incinerate the tiny ghosts.
You are now to incinerate the tiny ghosts. So please, make your academic incineration roll. Whilst Fred is crawling out from under the table.
Yep, I'm lighting the whole table on fire. Well, at least
Okay.
the parade path.
Amazing! You can describe the result, and you gain 2 mission tokens. You're getting very close now. We're getting very close now.
He'll like I said, he basically lights the entire parade path on fire and yells, "Take that, Uncle Carl!"
Does something particularly amazing happen as a result, or is it just that the entire path?
It flashes into his mind, being that he is an academic, that the image of the guy with the top hat is Carl Lindner, and he'll
Yes.
actually identify him as the one behind it all.
So that comes into your mind, and the tiny ghosts on this path are consumed in flame. You hear this brief little as these tiny ghost images are taken. The flames continue to spread until they make a ring around the model of this very building, Union Terminal, surrounding it in flame. Fred, you come out from under the table and you see that the table is on fire.
What happened?
Carl Lindner is the culprit. He had a parade, which I don't know why.
Uncle Carl had a parade in the display?
Yes.
Meanwhile, outside, and before I fully transition outside, I see that given the amount of time we have, we still have 30 to 40 minutes. So I think I think we're gonna bump up to a 12 token target. Do we feel okay about that? Okay. We're going to start. We're going to bump up to 12 for now. So, outside, you start to hear these flames, and it's almost like you can see you can see out beyond the tracks this wall of fire that you can see through. This sort of ghostly wall of fire appears that spans to an area surrounding this building. You're not sure what's happening, but the train is getting louder, the sound of the coming train, and it sounds, there's something else with it. There's some sort of sound that I don't know if you can quite make out. This is troubling, but before I have anyone roll anything, what are you doing back there?
So Dak he has he has like cards that he's going through. He's like, oh, not that one, and it's just like descriptions of like different paranormal entities. He's like, no, probably not a demon. Probably not this one. Probably not this one. And he's going through to see like the one-line description to see if he knows, like if he could figure out like what is happening.
Oh, please make an academics roll for me.
Oh Lord. Okay.
Hey, yes.
Amazing. Wow. And you only rolled the one die, and it would be totally unfair for me to use that other crit right now. I'm going to save it for a few more moments. But amazing. So you're going to get 2 mission tokens as a result of this. Something amazing happens as a result of your looking this up. What happens?
Gosh, let me think. I got nothing, guys. I did not expect this to happen.
Well, clearly
Let's
you
see.
identified what kind of paranormal it was.
Yeah. So I'm flipping through them, and then one of them is literally like can appear with a wall of fire and sounds like a train, but it was like written like haphazardly on one of them. And I'm just flipping through like, nope. Wall of fire, train. I'm like, Philip, I think I have it.
The absence of anything else for the good thing, I'm going to say, whilst Dax has been doing this, Philip has been just anxiously spinning through the chamber on his revolver with the arcane bullets loaded into it. And with Dax figuring this out, that lets Philip know which of those bullets are most likely to be effective. So given the context for everything, he's going to empty out the Sumerian and Babylonian ones and just leave the 3 Egyptian inscribed ones in.
All right.
And get the gun loaded with just the ones that are likely to be effective.
Okay. Let's see. So this is let me see. Just one moment. Just have to look up an obscure thing. Yes. So okay. This is... It's funny because the fire is not directly related to it exactly, but it's the wall of fire can happen if other people do things. Yes, what you're able to discover here is that this is a variety of death train. It should not be behaving this way. Normally, death trains do what most ferrymen and what have you do. They come for the dying, They get on the spirits get on the train and they go to their afterlife. You have a rogue death train. And as you see, coming through this, you see this sort of this opening briefly as it comes through, burning a little bit as it plows through this massive engine coming in along the tracks. Sculpted both of metal and bone. And before I call for your stress rolls on that, I'm going to flip back real quick, once again to our model Cincinnati that is a fire. And as we are looking at this portion of the city burning merrily with a ring surrounding the Union Terminal, are we going to a confessional?
Yes, we are.
Okay, this is our confessional for this scene. So we cut to Fred.
Cut to Fred, and as I look into the camera, I really don't understand what the problem Dr. Grimes seems to be having with Uncle Carl. I mean, Carl Lindner was so highly respected here in the city. He has a children's wing at the Children's Hospital in his name. He used to own the Reds. He used to hand out tickets to all the kids at school for good grades and all that. Owned UDF, the second best ice cream in the area, because nothing's going to beat Graders, but UDF's was pretty good. And he was just such a great philanthropist for the city. I don't understand why he's all of a sudden got this negative attitude towards Carl Lindner and all that. Such a great man in the city. It's like all of a sudden he's just got this maniacal occupation in his mind against Uncle Carl, and to me, I just don't understand what it is.
Okay, let me just before we come back in, as you are using this to bend reality for a moment, I'm just going to ask Chris, are you okay with that becoming a thing?
Okay.
Okay. I just wanted to check in before I just make sure because if we need to edit it, we can. But yes, so otherwise, yes, there is something driving you towards this vengeance. Actually, we kind of knew this already because of your rival. But what are the two of you doing? We cut back once again to this site of the burning model, and
as I get to my feet, I'm using my visor here to look at the images on there. Are these true ghosts, or is this something? Oh, is this an illusion that's going on, or what? What am I picking up? Am I picking up that they're ghosts, or is it not picking up that, i.e., an illusion?
Your visor is picking up because this just works because of what you have here. Let me see. Where are we? We've got a little more time. I'm going to bump us up to 14 if that's all right with folks. I think that'll be, we'll see right now. 6, 9, 10, 11. Okay, we have 11 currently. What you're seeing initially, your basic information that you get from this, is that these are echoes. They're not full ghosts that they've been fried now. But you do see an interesting thing. There are energies that are utilizing this fire. There are energies that are utilizing this fire to do something else. There is some sort of ritualistic thing happening with this model. It's like, you're not sure exactly what it is, but there's been some sort of, on an etheric level, some sort of tampering with this model that was waiting for someone to do maybe not exactly what Dr. Grimes did, but something to affect it in an arcane fashion. Everyone now also hears this terrifyingly shrill train whistle, and it's coming from the rear of the building.
I look at Dr. Grimes. I think that's our call.
You can go ahead. I don't run. And he'll walk nonchalantly to the back of the building.
Fred will run there as quick as he can. If anything else, if he can't stop what's going on, he just wants to get readings on it so he can come up with something that he can within the future.
Yeah. And as you're running past, you do run past Serena, who basically it's what Lindler? He was a philanthropist, wasn't he? As you are heading towards the back, so strange questions have arisen. But as you're heading towards the back, let's drift towards the back of the building once again. And we will see that this horrifying looking train is pulling up. And my question is,
suplex it, Dak.
Are the two of you looking at this thing as it appears?
Yeah.
I mean, I can't imagine we'd be looking anywhere else.
Yeah.
All right, folks. This thing, and you see these leering spirits start to emerge from it.
I put on my gloves.
Of 5. This is a stress of 5, folks. Once again, remember, if you wish to use your crits, you may. That's.
I'm not going to use the crit. I am going to take the advantage that we have, though.
I'm going to use that. Yeah.
Feel free, gents.
Okay, so you get to roll that twice.
First one. Yep, so let's roll that again. That's way better. Yeah, glad I did that.
Stressed. You just lose 1 die.
Yeah. Alrighty. I will do that.
Okay.
And Dak might need to use the crit.
Do it.
Go for it. Go for it.
Okay.
Do it.
I'll use the crit on that to negate my 1.
You're going to gain a point of cool. Which, once again, that's 1 point of armor against your stress rolls. So you're fine. It's good. So, what are our reactions to this train?
So just to recap, is the train is stopping or the train is continuing?
It is slowing to a halt, and something. There are leering beings upon it, and something is starting to come out of it.
Dak is putting on his boxing gloves and tying them.
Philip is he has the revolver ready and waiting, but waiting to see what is coming out of this train to see if it is hostile.
Okay. Here we go. The train is slowing. You see a figure emerge, hovering forward, wearing a top hat, with glowing eyes and clawed hands. I think more or less this will also be when Fred and Dr. Grimes catch up. They're coming out. And you're seeing this as well. And I'm only calling for the stress rolls for the first to witness it right now. But you're seeing this being drifting forward with an impossibly wide grin.
Say, no benevolent spirit has ever worn a top hat.
It's got a big mustache.
Dak will slam his gloves together and say, Andrew Carnegie.
And you see that the creature yells, Carnegie! Ah, that weak fool! I'd never associate with him. Not these days. And the hands are starting to glow as though it's about to do something. What are you folks doing?
Shooting it.
Okay.
Punch it.
Yeah.
Philip is shooting, and let's see. It is using a tool, but you are also shooting a gun. So we could do this either as tech or as athletics.
I will request we do it as athletics.
I think because this is just shooting a gun, it's a regular gun. So we're going to go with athletics.
Yeah, I very deliberately had him do the least technologically advanced gun possible.
Yes,
So,
that works.
yeah, all right.
Okay.
Athletics. And whilst it isn't going to impact anything mechanically, but there will be a very quick confessional cutaway just to Philip in the confessional booth going, so anyway, I started blasting, and then he starts shooting.
Excellent.
All right, so let me do the athletics roll for that. That is good. There we go. Boom.
All right. I now am going to be the evil GM, and I'm going to use my final crit
That.
to remove your 6. Alas, that would have been beautiful. Fair. You get a mostly positive result of your action, but you must also include a negative or humorous effect.
Okay. So with that, he fires off, and as the bullet arcs through and hits towards this specter, you see there's this flash of arcane energy as the inscription that Dr. Grimes had etched onto the bullet activates. There's just this outline of Anubis as it arcs towards, but the trajectory is slightly off. So instead of going directly through the spirit, it just knocks the hat off.
The absolute worst.
You'll pay for that. So I need to point out now that you can now that you see his full head, the historian among you can say this guy actually looks a lot more like J.P. Morgan, who did have something of a rivalry with Lindner. He had a rivalry with everybody. And it looks as though he's hijacked the death train. This could turn out to be someone else, potentially, possibly, but it's just who it looks like right now. Now, Dak said you were going to go up and punch it.
Yep.
These potentially faulty gloves.
Mm-hmm. Potentially.
So, I need you to make your athletics check, please.
Would my talent apply?
Remind me what your talent is?
Strong.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, no, that'll apply. So you get to add a die.
Two sixes in there.
Oh, you got a 6. Okay, excellent. An amazing thing happens. This doesn't quite seal it up, but something amazing has happened. What happens?
my other, like, when I first saw him and I tapped my gloves together, it activated the one that didn't work. And then when I hit him with the 1-2, like, they both affect him rather than like just the weak left. Yeah.
You manage it, and he roils back and starts, hits the side of the train, like, "Ah!" Starts coming forward to claw at you. I need you to make a 4-die stress roll, please, as this spirit is clawing at you.
Okay.
2. Frazzled, you lose 2 dice from an appropriate skill, or 1 die from 2 skills. As this thing is, you've enraged this capitalistic spirit. What are, Grimes, you see this, what are you doing?
Grimes is yelling for him to suplex it.
Okay.
Forget the ghost, suplex the train.
Ah, nice. Yes. And what is Fred doing right now?
Right now, Fred has out one of his scanners. He's trying to figure out what this person and this train is made out of so he can try to help his companions here best fight this thing.
Okay. Which scanner do you have out?
This is probably going to be the ectotransplomulator.
Okay. This is one of the ecto scanner that you drew earlier, yes?
Yeah.
Okay. Go ahead and make your tech roll. 5. Good. You're going to gain a mission token, and this is going to set you all up for the win here. What good thing happens?
The good thing is I detect what the JP Morgan ghost's weakness is.
Excellent. So, the JP Morgan ghost's weakness. This
Affordable
ghost,
loans.
Yeah, I mean that's definitely one of its weaknesses.
No, it's generosity.
Generosity is definitely a weakness. It becomes clear, sort of in the scan, that basically this whole thing, this whole being, has somehow hijacked a death train as a result of a lie. As a result of an ability to just sort of convince others that what it is doing is right and good, and that anyone who might be its rival is clearly the one to blame. And so clearly the answer is to remove his ability to do that. Either by, and you can do that by removing the vehicle, or you can doing that by presenting the vehicle that is something that would be the opposite of with either truth or perhaps friendship, sharing. I'm not sure. What do we think the solution is? We're going to go around. As you defeat, I want you to tell me how you defeat this creature, because you have hit 14 mission tokens. And I'm going to go back in the order once again that we just went in, and I'm going to ask Philip first. What's happening?
I'm going to say, Philip, upon, now that we've realized who this is, we'll say, I guess our ghost hunt turned into a JP Morgan chase. and will fire the gun once again at in the direction of JP Morgan to distract him in order to provide Dak a clear path to do the only way we can possibly end this.
Which is suplexing the train on top.
Obviously, it's suplexing the train.
Suplexing
Yes.
the train. Yes, no, it has to be.
Preferably suplex it onto the ghost of JP Morgan.
Yes.
Dr. Grimes will conjure as much of his occult strength as he can to fortify Dak's body so he's able to do this feat.
Okay. Dak,
Mm-hmm.
there's one crit left for the party.
Yep.
May I ask to go before Dak, just because I can do something to assist as well?
Yes, certainly.
All right, he's going to change the frequency on the device he's got, and he's going to create an electric field around Dak that's going to hyper energize all of the neural connections in his muscles to give him super strength to be able to grab this ghost train.
As his energy meter rises above 9,000.
Yeah. Kame.
What does Dak do?
With his glowing energy and his support from his friends, he races over to the train, and he's gets underneath of it. It's for some reason it's heavy for the show, and he's like, and he lifts it up over top of his head, and he throws it at JP Morgan.
All of that training has finally gone to good use, Dak.
And then he looks directly wherever the camera is, and he says, "Well, at least we're back on track."
Scene. That's it's one of the stranger ways of doing an exorcism, but technically, yes, if you forcibly make a spirit enter the death train, it should take them back where they're supposed to go. And that is what is done. The train gathers up with its leering ferryman. It gathers up JP Morgan, chains him down, and rides off in a fiery bolt back to the netherworld. Congratulations!
Well, Dak, I'd say you punched his last ticket.
So, folks, we're going to have our little end montage here, where we get to see ending brief statements from each of you. We'll get to see, like the beginning of the show, it will show, before the credits run, it will show you doing a thing, and then you also, in a brief moment, talking about how you felt about the mission, or about just any closing thoughts you have for the audience. And once again, we'll go around in any order you like.
Dak will go. He's standing there, and he has the dinosaur under his arm, the head, and he's like, "Well, it was pretty cool getting the last hit on whoever that guy was." He's like, "I really wasn't paying attention most of the way through." He says, "I do appreciate how everything turned out. I did get a look cool at the end, but I don't know, maybe next time, we could fight something besides some old man, Andrew Carnegie, something about steel. I don't know. It was a lot of words and stuff. People were talking all around."
Do we see him doing anything?
And then he'll put on the T-Rex head and just heel turn on the camera and just start walking out.
Brilliant. Who's next?
I'll go. Yeah, Philip's back in his office again. He's typing up the report on this thing on an old school mechanical typewriter. Sets his coffee down and says, "In this investigation, we may have defeated J.P. Morgan. But the battle continues. Humanity is still haunted by the ultimate ghost of capitalism. Ding.
Nice.
Who's next?
Fred will be at his desk at the Radio Shack stand in the office, going through everything. Said, yeah, well, at least I know I got to do some work on those monitors. They shouldn't have blown up like that. But after we found everything, found Uncle Carl wasn't to blame. And I think in order just to celebrate, I'll check with Dak, see if he wants to join my girlfriend Florence and I for a 3-way. Then he takes another look at the camera and said, a 3-way at Skyline, spaghetti, chili, and cheese. What else would you be thinking about? Cutscene.
Brilliant.
You'll pan to the Bed Bath & Beyond, where Dr. Grimes has actually installed a bathtub, and he's got candles lit all over the place as he's just relaxing in a bubble bath. And he blows some of the bubbles up in the air, and you see it outlines a gremlin. He goes, "You guys aren't that bad." And he fades to black.
Awesome. Credits roll. That's Inspectors, folks. Thank you all very much. It was most kind of you all to play. Should we go? I guess we'll go around and do our outros, and then we'll hand things back to Prax. I believe that's how this works. And so thank you all very much for having me. I'm Jim Ryan. I go by Otherdoc, OTHERDOC, on Twitch and most other places. I do streaming of when I'm able to. I do streaming of either video games or tabletop RPGs of various kinds. I've been taking a little break from that for real life reasons, but I am the author of 1 Year Hence, a game that I released this year, which is a Descended from the Queen game that is Green Knight themed. So basically, kind of like For the Queen, but it's the story of Sir Gawain and the Green Knight inspired. If folks are interested in that, you can check that out at oneyearhence.com. I will, with any luck, I'll be back doing this again, I think on Sunday. We'll see what happens with that group. I believe that's all I've got. And we're going to go in the reverse order. So we're going to head back over to Quentin.
Hey, man, these are always so fun. One shots are fantastic. The system was great. I had such a good time playing with you guys. I look forward to Deirdre messaging me every year to playing something like this. So again, thanks for having me. On the internet, I'm Thragon, but I'm not there that much anymore. Life's just too busy. But I love tabletop RPGs, and everyone around me is just fantastic. I've seen them all in the chat, and I follow what they do all the time. I just wish I had more time to support them. So you, the chat, should definitely do that too. Thanks, guys.
Yay. Awesome. And now over to Pirate.
Hi, yes, Chris Kinnears, aka Painting Pirate, TTRPG performer, miniature painter, general nerd online. Yeah, this has been fun. I've been taking part in these fundraisers that Prax has been doing for a good while now, and they're always a great time. Not always using weird and esoteric new systems, which was definitely the case today. Loved this one. This was a great deal of fun. Really enjoyed that. You can find me usually over at twitch.tv/paintingpirate, where I stream Mondays, Thursdays, and Saturdays. Mondays, Thursdays, 4 p.m. Pacific, 7 p.m. Eastern. Saturdays at 10 a.m. Pacific, 1 p.m. Eastern. Join me on Thursday, where I run my ridiculous E-Fed all influencer wrestling, where all of the creations are done by the community, and it's a ridiculous fun time. So yeah, Also check out on YouTube where I'm running the series Tank Main Versus with my good friend Space Valkyries. We're currently doing a playthrough of Alan Wake, which if you ever wanted to watch an actual published author play through the Alan Wake games, oh boy, Val has opinions on those and it's a great time. So go check those out too.
Hey, awesome. And now over to Hawkeye.
All right, I'm Hawkeye, Kentucky Hawkeye. You can find me on my stream channel, KY Hawkeye, at Twitch, where I run Hawkeye's Old Time Gaming Emporium. Monday nights, it's my daughter and I for Family Night at the Emporium as we go through various games on that. Currently, we're doing the House of Tesla, a very good, challenging puzzle solving game. And I highly recommend that. Wednesdays is the weekly Skyrim serial where I roleplay different characters. Right now, I'm doing the most challenging roleplay I could probably do on Skyrim. I'm roleplaying as myself, somehow caught in the land of Tamriel, a la the Connecticut Yankee and King Arthur's court. I'm doing that as myself in the land of Tamriel, so as I try to find my way home. Saturdays, you can catch me for Grappler's Keep, my WWE 2K25 universe, that are all characters from all the different tabletop RPG genres: fantasy, cyberpunk, noir, sci-fi, superheroes, all of those different things. We have wrestlers for men and women and all that. We have our next premium live event coming up on Saturday, Dirty Deeds, our version of the Extreme Rules PLE. And you can catch me also this coming Sunday. I will be moving from the player chair to the DM chair for Prax on Sunday. So doing a fun little D&D 5e adventure where it's basically a carnival game suddenly turns possibly very deadly as they try to escape from that. Now, the stuff I do is I have an Etsy shop, Diet Water Productions, where I make custom GM screens for people doing tabletop RPG stuff. So feel free to check that out as well. We have different models, standard folding pieces, and we also have them where you can put a tablet inside or has a computer monitor inside. So please check that out as well. Otherwise, Cancer Cleric by day, RPG fanboy by night.
Yay! Awesome. And finally, over to Chris.
Hey everyone, I'm Chris Geary. You can find me on Blue Sky at Chris Geary. You can find me here again on Sunday. I'll be kicking off the day with a D&D one-shot where the players are going to be the familiars of adventurers cleaning up the mess that we all know adventurers make and do not do anything about. So come watch the shenanigans of the aftermath of what adventurers do, and enjoy the final day of this wonderful fundraiser. And yeah, that's what I got. Take us away, Prax.
Yes, thank you all so much.
Okay. Nope. OBS, Streamlabs, work for me. Unmute. Why won't it unmute?
Where? Once again,
Oh, there we go. There we go. Finally fixed it. Of course, it's being a little bit of a persnickety. I guess it's tired. Hi, everybody. Thank you for being here. Thank you for hanging out with us all today and Sunday. Thank you to everyone who's donated. Thank you for pushing us over our first goal of $1,000. We ended tonight, day 2 of our streamathon, with $1,075. That puts us really, really well into our push for Sunday. So we finish things out. Thank you for supporting Fisher House Foundation. It was wonderful to have you all. On Sunday, we'll be back for the final 4 games. As Chris said, Chris is going to start us off. Then there's going to be Hawk, Jim, and then I'm going to end the whole shenaniganry with a bunch of my other friends from other streamers from the Groundbreakers stream team for Fisher House as Rolling for Fisher House comes back. I'm sure it'll be a fine time. But thank you for being here tonight. Lindy, thank you for bringing your Raiders over just as we are ending for tonight, but I appreciate you. I hope that Saltmarsh was a lot of fun. I hope that you all had the best fun time. If you would like, we still have a little bit of time left if anyone wants to donate for the end of the day. All of those would go towards next session on Sunday. But thank you all for all of the things that you've been doing. Thank you for all of the support, the love, the care. And thank you to the wonderful people who always say yes when I say, hi, by the way, I'm really sorry that this is late. I broke my arm, but would you be willing to play a game on a Tuesday? And I appreciate each and every one of these people here because they are fabulous people who are fabulous role players and really do step up. Also, go follow all of them because they do wonderful storytelling in their own right. We will be back on Sunday. We will probably not have any... we might have Prax and Pope and Plot Avoidance later this week. We'll see how things go, but that we might have to push that till next week. And other things are in the near future. But until next time, everybody, thank you so much for your support, and we will see you on the flip side. Bye-bye.